Now we are going to talk about different kind of operators. Now the first operator is a left assignment operator. If I want to assign any value, what I will do is I will let's say I would like to assign y is equal to 6. So once I do that, it will assign a value y to it, and when I run it, and if I want to print y, it will give me the command 6 is the value. Similarly, you can do it the other way around also. So you can write something like this, but this is not preferred. So if I say 8, it will assign a value of 8 to y, and when I print y, it will print a value of 8. Now similarly, we have got other operators, which is the list and the tilde. We will come to them later. Another one is a sequence operator. Suppose if I want to know a sequence of generate a sequence of numbers, so the operator that is there is called colon. So it will generate a sequence of numbers. Suppose I want a sequence of numbers from 15 to 1, it will generate the sequence of numbers in the descending order. We will come to the sequence in details later. Then there is something called a mathematical operators that we know of already. They are minus, plus, into, multiplication. This is exponential. This is a special binary operator which we will be discussing later. There is a modulus, which is a binary operator. There is an integer divide, so you can see that division sign here. This is a division sign here, and then there is a multiplication. For that you use star, and the multiplication operator. And as you scroll down, so these are the common operators. I won't go into the details. These are the operators for the matrix, outer product, knocker product. Now they are logical operators. Now there are fundamental logical operators which are common. One is the negation, that is not of x. So let me explain this with an example. Suppose I am looking for, I have assigned a value of true to x, and if I negate, if I print x, and if I print not x, then suppose I have the dot this one, so it will print, it will assign a value of true. When I print this, it will print a value true, but when I say not x, it will print a value false. Similarly, we have logical operators. So we have, I have put x as true, and y as false, then x or y will give me true. X or y will give me true, and x and y will also give me true, and x and y will also give me true. So let me execute this. So once I say x and I say y, so I have executed this. Now this should give me true, and x and y should give me false, and x and y will give me true. X and y is also giving me false. Now why exactly this is what is the difference between and capital Y? Let's again explain with an example. Now if you talk about the AND operator, if I'm talking about 1 is equal to 1, then it will say true, and if I say 1 is equal to 1 and 1 is equal to 2, it will say false, because 1 is not equal to true. Now suppose I have got a vector function, and here I have got 1 is to 3. So if I have got a sequence from 1 to 3, let me take an example. So 1 is to 3, then if I generate this, it will generate the numbers 1 2 3. So if I say 1 is, if the sequence 1 2 3 is equal to 1 2 3, this way I say yes. So it will give me for every element, that is for, it will compare 1 with 1, 2 with 2, and 3 with 3, and it will give an order element wise AND of this function. So that's what it does. It compares 1 with 1, 2 with 2, and 3 with 3, and that's why it gives us 2. Now let me give another equality, and let me compare it with another vector which contains the element 1 3 3. So this is the sequence 1 2 3, and this is a vector 1 3 3. It will compare 1 with 1, 2 with 3, and 3 with 3. Now 1 with 1 is true, and 2 is not equal to 3, so this is false, and 3 is not 3 is equal to 3, it will give me true. So when I will execute it, it will give me true, false, true, false, false. So let me execute it. So it will give me true, false, true, because it is considering each element. Now let me compare. Let me do an AND for this. So once I do an AND for this, an element wise AND. Now this single AND is called as an element wise AND. Now this will return me true, and this will return me, it has returned me true true true, and it has returned me true false true. So what will happen when I will compare? It is will give me true false true. Now why it is giving me true false true? Because in the above it was comparing 1 with 1, 2 with 2, and 3 with 3, right? That's what it was comparing. Now it will compare 1 with 1, and for this one it will compare 1 with 1, which is true. Now here it will compare 2 with 2, but here it will compare 2 with 3, and similarly it will compare 3 with 3, and here it will compare 3 with 3. It is true. So what it will give is 1 and 1, and 1 and 1 is true, 2 and 2 and 2 and 3, this is false, therefore this AND is false, and 3 with 3 and 3 with 3, this is true. So that's why this will give true, false, true, because it is comparing each element. Now let us see what example if we use a logical AND. Now if we use a logical AND, in that case what will happen is it will only compare the first element. Now because this is true, it is giving us true. It is not even calculating this while calculating. Here also, if this is true, it is giving us true. It is not even calculating whether it is true. So this is a logical AND operator, and it will give us true if there is even a single one true in this. So suppose I have got something like this. Something like this. So let's say it like this, something like this. So what it will do was, it will give me only true. But let me say if I have got 5 to 7, it will give me false. Why it will give me false? Because the first element of this is false. So it is coming 1 with 1, 1 with 1, and 5 with 1. Since it is false, so it is giving me false. That's it from the operator side today. Now similarly we have got OR operator, logical OR, and logic element wise OR. Similarly we have got element wise exclusive XOR. Now what exactly is exclusive XOR is if you have got both as zeros, right? So what is XOR? XOR is if x is true, if x is true and y is true, then it will give you a value false. But if x is true and y is false, it is will give me a value true, that is 1. Similarly, if x is false and y is true, it will give me a value true, and if x is false and y is false, so give me a value false. So if I have got 1 to 3 and I'm doing XOR, XOR 1 to C1 1 to 3, it will give me false, that is 0. So if I have got XOR 1.3 or XOR 1.3, what it will do is it will give me false, because 1 and 1 is true, 2 and 2 is true, and 3 and 3 is true. This will give me false. But suppose it is 1 to 1 to, this is, let's say minus 1 to, this is C, it's a C1 comma 2 comma 4. In that case it will give me false, false, true. So it should give me false, false and false, because it is 4. But if I am saying